and a fourth-round FA Cup tie with Premiership club Middlesbrough. The Robins keen to peck away at the 35 league places between the two clubs. John Rode is the commentator.
Ashton Gate is full today for Bristol City's biggest FA Cup tie in 13 years. Back in 1994, City knocked out Liverpool. Today, the League One side take on a Middlesbrough team who are unbeaten in 2007, scoring 16 goals in their 5 matches this month. Bristol City manager Gary Johnson has a shortage of strikers. Steve Brooker and Phil Jevons are both injured, while Wayne Andrews is cup-tied. So Enoch Shawumni is on his own up front, with David Noble just behind him. Richard Keogh replaces the suspended Jamie McComb in the centre of defence. A big blow for Middlesbrough. Mark Viduka is out because of a hamstring injury, so Malcolm Christie starts up front. James Morrison comes into midfield in place of George Boateng, who is suspended. Xavier, one of the most distinctive players in football. Here's Carey. All left it though, picked up by Downing, who scored from about this distance against Bolton last week, and he goes for goal again. It's Yakubu, and it's 1-0 to Middlesbrough. Downing with the shot. Basso couldn't hold it, and Yakubu was there first to the loose ball to tuck it into the empty net. The Premiership side lead. Bristol City are behind in the 4th minute. Bristol City have lost their last 4 FA Cup ties against Premiership opponents. And it really is not the start that they would have planned for. Yakubu, challenged by Carey. Arca. Downing, who at the moment is being given the freedom of Ashton Gate. And Christie is onside. Chance for 2. Basso puts it wide. Malcolm Christie clean through, but it comes off Basso. Not too much progress forward from Bristol City. Now maybe they might be able to do so. Noble with the ball over the top. Murray just tried to knock that into the path of Shawumni. Bristol City enjoying a good spell. Johnson. Oh, that's a good shot from Skewes. He was close to getting an equaliser here, but his shot was straight at Mark Schwarzer. Gary Johnson's side are most certainly looking to get back into this game. They've played some nice football since going behind. Johnson. Fontaine's ball forward was cut out. And it's a chance here for Morrison. In towards Christie. Past Basso. And it is 2-0 to Middlesbrough. Christie deputising for the injured Mark Viduka. A mistake at the back though. And Christie left with a relatively simple task. Gary Johnson must be ruining the lapses in concentration at the back that have cost his side dear so far. Johnson is fouled. Yakubu the offender. Noble. This is Johnson, got a deflection! Schwarzer at full stretch. It's a good time to be a Middlesbrough supporter. Boro have now got 18 goals in their last 6 matches, including this one. That's a lovely ball from McAllister out to the far side. Murray's in the middle, so's Enoch Shawumni. Two in the middle waiting for the cross. Instead the shot come cross went in and nobody was on the end of it. Johnson. That's a foul by Catamol. That's the view that Lee Johnson has, as he curls it in, and Bristol City are back in it. Richard Keogh, the goal that the League One side needed. And suddenly the atmosphere at Ashton Gate has changed completely. Johnson with the free kick. Keogh, the central defender, rising high. The header looping over Schwarzer, who'd come off his goal line. Keogh's third goal of the season. And is that the start of a comeback for Bristol City? Perfectly placed free kick. Keogh unchallenged. Bristol City 1, Middlesbrough 2. Downing. Good play from Stuart Downing. And he was close there. Carey having to jump out of the way in order not to knock the ball into his own goal. Gary Johnson told me yesterday when I was talking to him that he saw this match as an opportunity for Bristol City to show the country what they're capable of. Scott Murray. Shawandi making a run ahead of it. Murray's foul. Catamol, the offender. The central defenders have come forward again. Johnson once more to deliver. This time Schwarzer fists it away. And he might be caught here by the return. He is, by Scott Murray. It's pandemonium at Ashton Gate. Scott Murray, who started his career playing alongside Gareth Southgate at Aston Villa, has now scored against his former teammate's side. Murray got the opening goal in the third round replay at Coventry, and now he's got City's equaliser here. Schwarzer out of his area to punch it clear, but he only succeeds in directing the ball straight to Scott Murray. It's a first-time reply, and it's over the head of Arca. From 2-0 down, the League One side have levelled things up in this fourth-round tie. It's 2-2. Game on. Taylor. In a spot of bother in that far corner. Murray. Noble. Johnson with a little chip forward. Skewed. Peels for handball. Not given. Corner kick. Perhaps a touch fortunate, Jonathan Woodgate. It is a Bristol City corner, though. It's towards Fontaine. Cleared away. Johnson. It was Downing who got back for Middlesbrough. Noble. Looking for the run of Johnson. Middlesbrough has rattled. And it is a goal kick. Gareth Southgate will have warned his players at half-time to expect an onslaught from Bristol City in the second period. And that's exactly what has happened. And Johnson will come forward now for Bristol City. Leaves it for Murray. McAllister. Murray, or on the overlap. Wonderful build-up from Bristol City towards Shawandi. Might fall here to McAllister. No wonder he hides his eyes. Lovely football from Bristol City. Schwarzer was on the ground when McAllister fired this ball towards goal. Gary Johnson's side just seconds away from a replay at the Riverside against Premiership Middlesbrough. Too high for Xavier. Away by Orr. It's been a fantastic cup tie at Ashton Gate. Gary Johnson's Bristol City 2-0 down at half-time, but what a fight back in the second period. They stretched their unbeaten run in all competitions to 18, and they earn a replay at the Riverside. It's finished in this fourth-round tie. Bristol City 2, Middlesbrough 2.
Gary, what did you say to your players at half-time?
I think they thought maybe I was going to come in and say well done to them, you know, because, yes, of course, we was keeping possession, playing some good football. I'll never ever go up mistakes, you know, that people made, cost us 2 goals. But we just had to get a little bit more power and pace in our game and create more opportunities.
Second half we stopped playing, and it's a good lesson for us. You know, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. If you take your foot off the gas and you sit back, then what happened in the second half here can happen to you.
Quite a special goal from you. Have you scored many better than that?
Probably not in the FA Cup. I think just seen the keeper punching out of the box, and I've managed to get my swinger on it, and it's went over everyone's head. So I think no, I'm absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could play golf like that, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, my golf's probably just as bad as my left foot, to be honest. So I think no, absolutely delighted with the goal.
How optimistic are you about your chances in the replay?
Well, we're going to be as optimistic as anybody else. You know, we had a good part of the game today. Of course, they'll be favourites like they were here, but we got a team that can play and we can be dangerous, and they'll know that it's not a foregone conclusion just yet.
I think the lessons really are for ourselves, that you can never take anything for granted, that you've got to see things through and you've got to be ruthless.
Typical of the FA Cup. They were very much out the cup and all of a sudden they were well back in it.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, Gary has got a massive part to play in that. He really steamed into him at half-time from what I gather, and he's got a real response. They were much more hungry, the tempo was much higher, they got in Middlesbrough's face rather than letting them dictate play. But I think generally when you look at the game, Bristol City certainly deserves something out of it, and when you're 2-0 down, Gary Johnson will certainly take a draw and going back to Middlesbrough for sure.
Bristol City have the best home record in the country. Did we see the importance of set pieces in that match?
Well, 2 set pieces, two very similar positions on the pitch, and 2 decisions by the goalkeeper who perhaps look back on. We see here Lee Johnson, he's just going to aim for the back of that box that we've shaded there. Big space, keeper doesn't know whether to come or go. He will decide to fly to the ball. And the flight comes in, it's a great flight, just catches him in 2 minds, and a lovely header just over his head from Keogh. We see it there, he doesn't know whether to come or... If he stays there, he perhaps saves it, caught between 2. This is the second one, a bit more height on the ball. He comes away, doesn't get a good punch on it, and what a finish that is from Murray on his 400th game. As the ball comes in, we'll just see the decision. Schwarzer comes out to punch, not enough height, and he hits that more on the volley, sort of on the up, on the half volley, if you like. We see here, as we freeze the ball when he takes the shot, watch how high his left leg is. It's actually about 1.5 foot off the ground, and he won't score a better half volley, if you like, with his bad foot as well.
It's a
Brilliant.
great finish, but if you're going to punch like that, you've got to get it further away, haven't you?
Yeah, I think he made the right decision to come and punch, but he didn't quite get enough. There was bodies in front of him, and he just punched it a bit down, and, you know, maybe he'll stay on his line next time. It's not for me to say, because I'm not a goalkeeping coach, but...
You're impressed with David Noble?
Yeah, I mean, I know David from the Arsenal days, and he's just playing in that position, just behind the front, the striker, Shawomni, and he gets the ball in the areas. He's such an intelligent player. And he picks the ball up here, great on the ball, little drag back, doesn't give the ball away, and he's off making a forward run to support. Again, he's in the play about 3 or 4 times here, very intelligent, trying to find a way out, can't find it, passes it off, and he just sits in that position where it's very difficult for back 4 to pick him up. Midfield don't know whether to go tight, and again, this is him linking up with his strike partner, getting a good shot off in that space. And all day he was making them intelligent runs in intelligent positions on the pitch. So as you know, as a centre-half, it's a nightmare to pick up.
I just think it was a great comeback, tremendous comeback from when they were. But it's a really tough replay, Ray, because if you look at Middlesbrough's last 4 home games, they've won them all, they've scored 14 goals, and I think it's going to be really tough for them.